Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99 back on the fight front once again. Just wanted to do this real quick video here. I was just looking at the recent Leonard Ellerbe interview, the post-Tank fight interview, and I was just going back to look at some of the things that he was saying about Gervonta Tank Davis. He was saying that Tank Davis is a fighter, with the it factor. He's a fighter that brings out the crowds. He has the ability to put on a show like Tyson or young Floyd Mayweather, etc. He said he knows how to bring the fight and bring the KOs, which, I can agree with. But when he was asked about the names and like a possible Vasyl Lomachenko fight, Ellerbe said that Tank Davis can sell against anybody, and that the Lomachenko fight is a fight that might or might not be the name that he needs. Basically he was saying that he's going to sell regardless. He's going to sell regardless. He doesn't need Vasyl Lomachenko, and that he doesn't need to wait for any opponents right now. And that's just it's all about Tank Davis, and he doesn't need a signature fight or a signature opponent. Tank Davis, he does bring excitement and entertainment, like Leonard Ellerbe said, but then he said something to the effect that he brings excitement and entertainment, and the old shit is out. Now, what the old shit means, I don't know, but just to me, like when he kind of put that hand in hand with in the context of excitement, entertainment, it just makes it seem like that's the part they're looking for versus, fighting the elite guys. Now, I don't know. That's just kind of what I was getting, but like when he said the old shit was out. But as far as like matching up, man, I don't think anything changes in the game for that. For me, just seeing Tank back in the ring and what he was able to do, I do want to see him against the best fighters. But going back, I do agree with Ellerbe's statement as far as him being an exciting fighter. I enjoy watching him bring the KOs. He has the ability to, he does have the ability to beat a lot of fighters. I think he has the it factor, but I got to disagree with the fact that he doesn't need names. I really do believe that Tank Davis, he does need opponents, because right now we're at a time, we're in the right time right now where the surrounding divisions, around like 130, 135, 140, whether guys want to move up or move down, there are fighters out there. There are fighters out there that can help build up his legacy, if that's what they're looking for. There are guys out there that can help build him up more than the name that he is. I know that Tank, he could sell being a guy kind of like Mike Tyson, you know what I mean? Like when Tyson first started off in the, beating the older guys, beating some of the heavyweights, that were in the division in his prime. They weren't their best, but like, he didn't have those quality names around him until like maybe like the late, until like the late 80s, early 90s, like whenever Evander Holyfield, was going to step up to cruiserweight, that's whenever they started calling guys out for him, and then, it was too late for him to fight guys like Riddick Bowe or even George Foreman. Those fights never came to fruition. But for Tank, he actually has these names around the division where, they can move up and, they can make these matches. There's always a guy that could help him sell himself even better. 130, there's unification fights for right now. Maybe Tevin Farmer, Miguel Burchelt. Now, I know the Farmer fight might not be able to happen this year because Farmer's contract with DAZN is still on, so that fight might not be able to take place. But there's always other guys. There is Abner Mares. He might still be on the back burner. If he's still able to fight. If his retina ever heals. Then there's 135. The number one fight that everyone's been calling for going back is Vasyl Lomachenko. Being real, this fight can make Tank bigger than he is. This is a fight that can sell off both names. A Tank fight against anyone, it'll bring in some numbers if, everybody's coming to see him, a hometown crowd is coming to see him. But, it's not going to bring the same crowd unless maybe other than Vasyl Lomachenko, maybe a Ryan Garcia. If Ryan Garcia wants that action, he has a big following. So that's the only other name that could really, help them both skyrocket. That's the only other name that can help both of them skyrocket. But if we're talking about eye-to-eye attraction, it's Vasyl Lomachenko versus Tank Davis, because it's one thing if there's a dominant opponent and we know the divisions are kind of dry, then we know that he's going to just do what he does and just kind of go out there, put on a show just off of his name. But once, there is another name on the opposite side doing the similar things in dominant faction, then, the hardcore fans and the casual fans, they're both going to call for what makes sense. You know what I mean? If they're polar opposites on both sides, but they're both, you know, one's boxing the hell out of people, one's knocking people out, and they're both around the same division. People are going to want to see that, you know. Granted, I will watch the Tank fight, like I said, because he has a fan-friendly style. You know, he's a knockout artist. But when I know there's other potential guys out there, you know, I'm going to call for those fights, you know, just like a lot of fans, you know. I want to see Tank tested. I don't just want to see him in there with easy fights because, you know, this is the fight game. I just don't come to see a fighter come out and not be challenged. You know, I like to see a challenge and I like to see entertainment. And part of the game is seeing that inside the ring drama. You know, you want to see the fighter tested. Like I said, I want to see the guy, you know, I'm a fan of, step in there with someone else's fan favorite and just kind of make that statement and put on a show. You know, I want to see the challenge. I want to see the competition. That, to me, that's the entertainment for me and the boxing fans. So if there are opponents out there, yeah, man, you got to take them. You know, you just can't say it's all about the one specific fighter, which it is to a certain extent. Once you're a promoter, I understand that it's all about him and making sure he gets his money and making sure that you can make money off of him too. But at the same time, you know, if you want to make him, you want to make a big star bigger, he has to take those fights that are out there, you know, that are out there within reach, you know, because on the real, you know, Tank and Loma, you know, at the end of the year or the beginning of next year, that's a fight that should be made because I feel it is winnable for Tank. You know, now's the time to take it. At the same time, it will be a good competitive fight. As far as, like I said, the business move, it's the right time, man. For Tank to return after 10 months off and make a statement, you know, like he did last week. And just want to prove that he is a star, take a couple more active fights just to kind of build his name up again and, you know, blow out another star. You know, get in there and blow out the other star because at the end of the day, people are going to want to see this fight. You know, you can say all day it's about this guy, but there's other fans that are going to say it's about this guy. And it's not going to be about your guy until these guys hash it out. And then it's fully about this guy. You know, Floyd had to do it with Oscar, and Tank, he can do it with Loma to break over into that superstar status. Because Tank is a star to me, but to be a superstar, man, you got to take that name when it's there. Because just like Floyd did, he did it to De La Hoya because he knew he wasn't going to be a breakout star or a pay-per-view star until he beat De La Hoya. So now that Loma is getting older, I mean, hey, you know, he still has that skill and IQ, but at the same time, it kind of balances out. He's gotten a little bit older, and Tank's, you know, aggression, his power, you know, the dog in him, the hunger, it all kind of spells out a much-needed even match now. You know what I mean? Because everybody was saying before that Tank, he would get washed. But once you look at what Tank possesses as far as the power and accuracy, and, you know, just that ferocity that he doesn't let out, it's letting you know that he's not going to come and lay down, or he's not going to, you know, quit on the stool like some guys did against Vasil Lomachenko. You know, Lomachenko, he showed some kinks in his armor. And, I mean, like I said, it's the fight game and the business game. So if they want to capitalize now's the time. You know, move up to 135 and, you know, take that fight. Because, like I said, yeah, man, I believe that, yeah, he puts the asses in seats, you know, but he could put more asses in seats and at the same time solidify a legacy by beating somebody like Lomachenko. So it depends on what you're looking for, you know, especially whenever he said that as far as it's all about Tank. Is it all about him as a star or all about him as a future Hall of Famer, making him a future Hall of Famer? Which do they really want to do? Do they want to do both, or do they just want to do the one? But yeah, man, I just want to do a video talking about that real quick because, you know, I do feel like Tank Davis, he needs opponents. You know, he needs these opponents that are around him just to keep people watching, because sooner or later, if the opponents aren't, you know, matching up to, you know, they're not matching up to the star, you know, people are going to call it. You know, people are going to call it out. So, you know, especially for somebody like Tank Davis, you know, go ahead and get it while you can, man, especially, you know, just to shut people up. You know, it's there. Go ahead and take it, you know. And I feel like a lot of these fights, Lomachenko, they're there to take, man. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section about it, man. Tank, can he be a superstar on his own, just fighting anybody, or does he need these somebodies out here, man? Just let me know in the comment section. Again, man, try to support the channel. Make sure y'all subscribe, Combo Breaker 99, as well as the Jab Effect YouTube channel. I'm out. Peace.